I loved your bow. I loved how you all came out so confidently and you looked at each other like, let's communicate, let's bow together. I loved your introduction and you explained to us what the fairy is, what it meant, because I didn't know, so thank you. And you know what I noticed? The last two pizzicatos were perfectly together. Do you know how hard that is? It's very hard. Sometimes in the San Francisco Symphony, we'll all pluck and it's just like, you know, it's crazy. So, leggero, L-E-G-G. Do you guys all have that? Does anybody in this group know what that means? What's that? Leggero. That means lightly, okay? So, for fairies dancing around, is the fairy movement kind of up and sweepy, or is it kind of down and heavy? Up and sweepy, right? So I would love to hear, just in general, a little more leggero, a little more fun. I think of fairies dancing around, kind of in a choreographed dance. And when you need to do things together as a group, what's the best way to make sure that you're all going to do the same thing at the same time? Right, to look. Because you guys have the listening down and playing really well together, but to look at each other. So who starts the piece? Evelyn, right? Yeah. Okay. So everyone, I want you to make sure that you're all tuned in. Even though Evelyn starts the piece, I want you all to make eye contact, okay? Make sure that you're all ready. Evelyn, it's going to be your job to make sure that everyone is ready, okay? Can we start this one more time? And I may stop you really soon, okay? I see measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, everybody has this hairpin, this crescendo, and this diminuendo. So I really want to hear that, okay? It sounds a little flat to me. I want to hear that rise of volume, that rise of excitement from the fairies, and then the fall, okay? So technically, how are we going to make that happen? Are you going to use a little more bow, maybe? A little more speed, a little more volume. You're going to look at each other. You're going to rise together, okay? So can we try that again with the great beginning? Evelyn's going to make eye contact with everybody again. Great. Now, I heard the rise. I want to hear even more rise, and I want to hear even more fall, so that every person in the audience, even if they're not a musician, can say, oh, I heard that go, woo. Okay, let's try again. To this sound, okay? So, I want to hear this accent. Evelyn starts with no accent on a G. You come in on the same note, but you have this da. Okay, can you just, do you mind playing that by yourself? Just that one G with the accent. Let's see. Okay, what if you move your bow a little faster, just right off the bat? Like a more of a whistling accent instead of a heavy accent. Yeah, let me get my viola for a sec. So we would hear, instead of like a weight in the string, we would hear, it would just go out this way. And you release the sound. Can you try that one more time? Yeah, try one more time. Put the bow really fast as soon as it moves. Yeah. Okay, let's try that again. And I loved your crescendo. I want to hear even more crescendo. These fairies, they're getting really excited. Okay? I want you to let the audience, the listener, your group know, uh-oh, we're getting louder. We have something to look forward to. We're going somewhere, okay? So can you change the character here? Do you know what I mean by that? Just your own interpretation of that, okay? Let's try one more time. This will be the repeat, okay? So you guys can go on. And remember, you're going to make a big crescendo, but then remember to come back down, okay? To that little fairy dancing. Do you ladies see that? I want you to do the same thing. I want you to exaggerate, okay? Sometimes we think we're doing enough, but it's not enough. Like if you go to the opera and you watch the opera from far away, it looks like they're wearing just, you know, you can see their makeup and their features and everything, but if you go up real close, you're like, oh my God, they're wearing so much. And they look in the mirror and they're like, this is too much. But out here, it's perfect. And that's how I think it might have to feel to you, okay? So do a little more than you think is necessary and come down a little more, and let's see if the audience thinks it's enough, okay? So let's go back to the repeat. Evelyn, you have this really cool line after the repeat. The C. Can you play me a C? Good. Yada. Okay? You're leading this journey with your chromatic half steps downward, okay? And I want you to lead the phrase, okay? All right. Evelyn, can you lead the second half here, starting after the repeat? Taper down, okay? You have a crescendo, and then that bar, the poco ritenuto bar, that's the biggest volume, but then you have to shrink down to a piano by the next measure, okay? So see if you can be dramatic. Let's go from the second half again. Okay, one more time. Danielle, I want you to come in with a little more fairy confidence, okay? Danielle, every entrance of yours during a crescendo, you can take it up a tier, take it up a step. So, da-da-da-da-da-dum-bum, da-da-da-da-ya-dum-bum. Does that make sense? So every time you come in, you're a little louder, you're taking the phrase a little louder, a little further, okay? Let's take the second half, and then we can go on. One more time. And again, yes, Evelyn, make sure everyone's ready. Who's going to lead this? So you guys are ending. It is Emily who has the last note of the major part, right? So Emily, since you're ending, I want you have the last word. I want you to lead them into the next part. Does that make sense? Okay? So let's do the last two bars before the two flats. Okay, so who's going to lead this? We'll have everyone play here. So Danielle, you can play the last two bars before the three flats, okay? And lead them in. Yada yada. So here, let me make sure we're both in the right place here. Where's the three flats here? So we're going to start yada yada. Okay. Look at your group. Good. Good. Let's just start right here. come in your piano, but you're playing a scale up. Okay, you're taking them somewhere. I want you to show us, the listener, where we're going, okay? So that means more bow, maybe a little more speed or pressure, okay? Let's try it again from the 3 flats. To the 4th note, the C, where you may have a forte already, okay? All right. Should we put this part all together? Keep getting louder. has a long legato line. How are you going to get these dynamics to rise and fall? This is a fairy dance. They're doing lots of fun, crazy stuff. They're not just standing in one place, okay? I think you ladies sound wonderful. Do you want to take it back for the audience?